Let me explain something to you you might not have known. If you're a person that drives on a regular day basis, this is something that you should know that is very important for your health, those who ride shotgun, as well as your car. I am a car mechanic that now services cars at a Toyota dealership as a lube tech, and I have plenty experience with car maintenance. I have been working on my own car as well as my family's car for over the past 6 years, and I am now doing this as a living. It is important to check your car for maintenance so that it will last a long time. There are 2 filters your car has that may need to be checked to determine when they need to be replaced. One is called the engine air filter, and it provides clean air into the engine for proper combustions. The second one is called the cabin air filter, and it helps with fresh, clean air into the cabin. The third important check is the battery in your car. By taking out 2 stones with 1 bird, a simple test will determine the condition of the battery and the alternator for bonus. I will demonstrate where the air filters are and how to remove and replace them, as well as show to check the battery with a digital multimeter I got on Amazon. I'm not going to be paid to advertise this. First things first, the engine air filter needs to be checked and changed if needed, because if it helps the engine breathe in clean air so that the combustions are efficient for the better mile per gallons. Through daily driving, the car is inhaling air consistently, and the filter is needed for all the dust that makes it through the intake can be filtered out to provide clean air to the engine. When the filter is dirty, less air will pass through due to the buildup of the dust clogging the air, and it can make it run a little rough. I will now demonstrate where to locate, remove, and replace the engine air filter on a Toyota RAV4. The locations will vary in every car, but the procedures will be similar. Some may require tools. So the engine air filter is the one that inhales all the air to the engine. It's located right here on this side of the engine for my car. So the simple procedure, we have some clips right here that you can unclip. And then you have this little hose that you can just pull, take out so it won't break. And then these electrical clippings right here are used. Just take them off and then pop this little case up. You can see the engine air filter right there at the bottom, and then pull it out and inspect the bottom part of the filter, and you can see how this one is pretty clean. You see a shade of black, but it's still in really good condition, so it's doing its job, and it will keep clean air into the engine for better gas efficiency. The installment is going to be the same. Just place the air filter back in. Make sure you close the housing. So it looks like it's not going in. There we go. Do the little clips. Make sure it clips. Just one, just 2. Little holes back. And the clippings of the electrical wires go back to where they belong, and there, fully inspected and done. The second filter is the cabin air filter, and checking it to see if it needs changing to provide clean, fresh air to you and your passengers, especially on those summer days when blasting the air conditioner. Air enters the cabin through the passenger side, gets filtered, and then dispersed through the vents in which everyone breathes. The clean filter will prevent allergies from the dust and particulates, and also reduce chances of anyone getting sick within the car. I will now demonstrate where to locate, remove, and replace the cabin air filter on this Toyota RAV4. The location is behind the glove compartment on the passenger side, and the procedures for every car should be similar. So we have the glove compartment right here, and then for this one we have to pinch both sides until it pops down, and then we can remove it. And then the cabin air filter is going to be right here in this little box. Usually you can see some clips on each side where you can push in and be able to remove. So you can see how the little door is out, and it exposes the cabin air filter right here. So we can pop the cabin air filter housing out, and then you can see the cabin air filter right there. So this filters the air coming in from the outside into your car, and yeah, it cleans it, and you breathe it. So this one seems to be a little dirty. Should need some replacement soon. Probably get on that. The installation is going to be the same. If you install the new one, grab the new one and then put it into its compartment. Make it fit into the compartment. And then replace the door again. It's easier to do it with 2 hands rather than 1. Go. So now it's closed, and then we replace the glove compartment and close it, and done. The third and final important component to check is the car battery. It is the most important piece of your car in order to start, so it takes you wherever you need to go. Knowing the health of your battery can keep your mind at ease or alert that it needs a new one by taking a simple reading with a digital multimeter. Doing so can also check the state of your alternator, which is used to recharge the battery as it runs. When you test the battery as the car is off, it should have a reading of 12.6 volts, stating that the battery is in excellent condition. If the battery reads 11.5 volts or less, then you need a new battery. If you turn the car on when testing the battery, it can tell you the condition of the battery when it's recharging, as well as the charging capabilities of the alternator. When testing the battery, it should read about 14.3 volts, which shows that the battery is in excellent condition, as well as the alternator. If the reading shows 13.5 volts, then the alternator is struggling to recharge. Anything below that will not be working, as the battery will be drained and the car will now need a jump start. I will now demonstrate where to locate and how to test the battery to see if it works. Here we have a simple digital multimeter that I got on Amazon. Still not getting paid for this. So we set it into this first setting, which means direct current in voltage. It will turn on, and it will, once you connect the positive probe to the positive side of the battery and the negative probe to the negative side of the battery, it will start to read. You can see it reads 12.4 while the engine is off, which means the battery is good, charged, and ready to go. Now we come inside, we go ahead and turn the car on, and we will now check the battery for recharging and also the work of the alternator. So now we're back outside. As the car is turned on, you can see that the multimeter is still connected into its proper positions, and now this number changed. It shows now that the battery is charged up to 14 volts, which shows that it is properly receiving charge from the alternator. And not only that, it also shows that the alternator is charging the battery. So this means that both your battery and the alternator are both in proper working conditions, which is really good. Back inside, we have the AC blasting. Feels good, nice and cold due to that cabin air filter. Still pretty good to go for another couple thousand miles, soon to be replaced. And yeah, that's how you're able to check for the engine air filter to see if it's clean. That's how you check your battery to see if it's in good working condition, as well as your alternator too. Thank you guys for listening, and hope you are now informed and can do these simple procedures in order for you to keep your car in good and working condition. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Take care.